Hello there, bonjour, it's Minimaxi and welcome back for another episode of Sherlock's Crime and Punishment, case number 2. So yesterday we solved the first one in about 3.5 hours, I'd say. So probably trying to get a bit better on time today. You can find the replay of case number 1 on YouTube. Okay, it should be posted about in 1 minute. Anyway, 24 hours after the live on Twitch, I will post the replay, the edited version, of course, of the day before. Okay? So let's see what we have here. If I cannot replay the intro of the second case, I will insert it right after this intro. Here, my intro. Because we had actually the intro of the second case at the end of the first case, right away. So if I cannot replay that, I'll put it there. Okay, let's solve some crimes, shall we? Let's go.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. Certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
So let's go and talk to Watson, I guess.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
I have to call a cab. How do I call a cab? Do I have to go?
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
1 week later.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Okay, vanishing train, interesting.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Solve the mystery of the vanishing train, inspect the rails where the train vanished, yep. What's the F do?
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
And? So it's all green, so nothing special.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
Oh, wait.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
Okay.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
A telegraph.
Ancestral Station. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station. Who is Mr. Robinson?
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Okay. Three to four. Composition locomotive called car. First class car. Postal wagon. Special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson. There's a special wagon. Okay.
Here is the train set.
I need to talk to somebody about this. All right.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Okay, let's inspect. Is that not stains? Yeah. honorary badge. Okay. The map first.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Okay, we can just help ourselves and rip some maps away. Cool.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Yes, please.
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used
No
to
special.
be.
There's a special wagon.
However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Already got it. Special wagon.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
See you later, my good man.
Mm-hmm. So the map should be where we came from the first time, right? Here. There. Is that one? Thank you
This
very
map
much.
will be useful.
Nottingham. And there's a huge lake. That's where the train disappeared. And oh, is that a carrier? I don't know what's the name in English, but that's where you dig to get some minerals or some whatever. It's interesting. Okay. Gotcha. A common map, yes. Find out what the special wagon was carrying. Okay. Ah. Trace is over there. Let's go. Can we match something in here? Nice. Heavy vehicle trace. Okay. Ah, there.
Traces. Let's take a closer look.
What is that? Oh, the space between the two?
The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet
There you go.
7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Ah,
There
What's
was a
that?
building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
okay. There was a building that was disassembled in great haste. Something here was carried away by something very heavy.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know.
Mr.
But
Robinson?
now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Cool. Another point on the map. And
It
this-
appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts.
Uh-huh.
But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Did they construct like another railway beside the one, and they made the train go left? You know, on like a temporary railway to steal whatever was inside. Yep. Yep. Okay, let's go. We should have that on the map. There it is.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
I don't know who's the guy.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Last night.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it.
What do you mean you would have stopped
And then,
before?
to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay. Did you get off the train? Oh, Mr. Robinson, really?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Is that Australian accent? Yeah, that's definitely an Australian. Fat. Crocodile skin. Heavy gold ring.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
So?
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
How did you accept to leave the train if you had your invention there?
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see.
Yeah, sure.
I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Suspicious. Suspicious, of course. There he is. Is there anything I can take? Yep.
Telegraph.
Telegraph. Okay, if I want to send a letter. Fireplace. Typewriter. Nothing special. Except if there is anything. No? Doesn't seem to be. So, Mr.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett
I
from
need to
Evesham
inspect him. I didn't inspect
told
him.
us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Okay. Let's do this. Ink smudges. Okay.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Master's report are confidential. Yeah, rookie station master, yeah. Definitely.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
There we go.
That is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Mm-hmm. What message?
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
The code?
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Ah. Okay. We're gonna have to decipher this. Yep. And we have a new station. Okay, let's go there. Gap in the floor.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Insurance policy. 50% of its value. 15,000, so it's a 30,000 pounds machine. It's huge, especially at the time. Insurance duration 1 year. When was it made? We don't know. Did he say when did he make the machine? I don't think he did. Okay. Wait, I didn't do the clues. Let's do the clues. There you go. So, accident, children are well left. Okay. The children's stay on the train was just a coincidence. The train conductor overlooked them. Why would you say it's a coincidence? The directors of the Chilean bar circus company were intentionally left on the train. The controller removed all passengers from the train except the Chileans. Well, that looks more likely. Okay, nothing else.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
What was it doing there?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
Let's go into the carriage room. Ah, there it is.
This grip sack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah, right. Is it one of those again? Okay. There you go.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
Okay, so contract. This is an exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emerson Electric Company, the buyer, so Emerson Electric Company, EEC, understand that they are purchasing this device as is and are in agreement. Mr. Thomas Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise with the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of purchase. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing the contract. The remainder should be transferred within a 1 month term.
An exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Okay, next. Exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity. Hong Kong General Electric Company, HGEC, understand that they are purchasing this device as is, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah, all the same. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment, 10%, same. 1 month, okay, same conditions.
Yet another Mr. Robinson is the seller.
We cannot highlight the buyer. Okay. Next. So this time is the one with the Chilean. Same, exactly
Yet
same
another
terms.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Okay. Should be the last one. General Electric. So that's the US. Well, if it was the same. Same terms.
Yet another Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
So it's 4 times 10%. So he already gets 40% of the total value. And he has an insurance policy that gives him 50%, was it? So he gets 90% back. Interesting. So maybe he organized himself. But why the Chilean? Maybe he gets a deal with the Chilean. Maybe it's a deal with the Chilean that they can keep the machine and he will take the insurance money plus the 10% from everybody. So he only loses 10%. Well, he gets back 90% of the price. That's pretty clever.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes. This bin is full of empty bottles.
Okay.
A fishing advertisement.
Morse code
I had
alphabet?
thought that all station masters knew the Morse code.
That's going to be helpful.
But apparently not.
A telegraph.
Nothing special in here? Apparently not.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please,
Huh.
sir.
What? The 18 hours 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Okay, let's inspect him first, then ask the questions. Red nose. Sleepy eyes, no? Fishing line. Alcohol flask. Married. Clean clothes. Okay.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Mm-hmm.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be
pretty
long
helpless.
before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Chesterfield telegram. Yeah. We cannot trust him. What's this one? The loss of the machine is a disaster for Mr. Robinson. Even though he planned this fraud, he has lost far more than he could gain. The insurance will not cover the total cost for the prototype. Well, it will not cover the full cost, but the insurance policy plus the 10% accounts of the 4 buyers would almost cover everything. So I don't agree. Yeah, that's the one. That I believe much better. What is that? Warehouse.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere.
And?
Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Ah, I see. So maybe it was just guys on this with headlights to make you think that the train arrived almost at the station and disappeared, but maybe it was diverted here or even left here. Okay, so we'll do a little experiment. Let's go.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Oh.
Use the appropriate object here.
Where is that supposed to go?
I should use the appropriate object here.
That goes up there, right? Yep. Ah, there it is. Come on. Hello? Okay. Rotate. Ah, okay. Ah, there you go.
I should use the appropriate object here.
So. We're good to go.
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson. I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
Yeah, but I mean, fair enough, but when you plan that, you need the fog as well. Okay.
We need to attach a headlight and a steam whistle.
Headlight. Steam whistle. Gotcha.
I need something long for the headlight to be attached. The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher.
There it is.
The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. First of all, let us pump the pressure inside the extinguisher. The steam whistle is ready to be used. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night.
Mm-hmm.
The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Oh, is it in the cab? Yep, I agree with that. Nothing connected yet, and I have only one clue here, alright? So, the cab.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Oh. Can I zoom? No, I can't. Okay, is it?
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations.
Perfect.
There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Okay. Should we talk to the... No, it's no point talking to the drunk. So... anything suspicious in here? Nope.
The switch is rusted, but it still works. Mines. This is interesting.
That was it? Jeez.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Examine the mines. Examine the side railway branch that leads to the quarry at the station located between Chesterfield and Evesham. Alright. Let's go in between.
A funny character.
Who's that?
He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
Cigar. South America?
This scent is familiar to me.
There you
A
go.
greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
Mexican. Okay. Okay, ashtray. Piece of burned paper.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans.
Interesting.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
So he was waiting for something.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
Okay. So something to do with the train and to stop the Chileans, I guess.
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
Betting slips for horse racing. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
Or it's a wealthy man that used that.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
Really? If your clothes can tell us something. Melancholy. Okay, you get that from his eyes. Sure. Ring mark. Okay. Wants to hide the fact that he's married. Ah, we have a button to find.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
Okay. The gambling man. Yeah, so it's here. Let's go gambling man first.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
Well, that was a lot of money then if it was you.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph. Just the same as all the other nights.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
He was there for a
Goodbye,
few
sir.
days.
It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake. This railway branch should lead to the quarry. The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Okay.
The railway ends here. That is strange.
Mm-hmm. The train could have been sunk in the flooded quarry at Doncaster Station. Well, he's missing some rails, but... Okay. I mean, I'm making deductions that don't make sense though. Okay. Well, so far... Okay, let's leave it like this. Yes. Okay. So now we go there and there. And here it all makes sense so far, but it's making some assumptions. I said we need to go. We are here. We go to the beach and the mines. Let's go to the mines first, and then the beach.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned. This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful,
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
Yep. Rails have been taken for sure. Mine guards. Okay. There's bound to be something in here.
This box must be the safe. Let's open it. The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
We inform you that the representative of Barcas Group have granted free access from now on. This company is the future owner of the mines. Although starting from today, a no trespassing rule is upheld against any representative of the Caracal consumption. It's like a whole big plan. So the Chilean are the only one that stayed on the train. They had a deal, a contract with Robinson to buy his invention, and they're the ones who bought the mines. It seems all part of a big plan, isn't it? The information is confidential. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I need to finish to do the mine, then I have to go to the beach and Doncasters. Because I haven't finished to get
Watson,
all the clues.
it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The
Yeah,
man at
but
Doncaster
only
flared
the
our
Chilean one
approach.
got it.
He smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Yeah, we should speak with him, except we have no idea where he is. Ah. Yeah. Collapse mine, pile of stone. Ah. What is this?
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Oh. Uh-huh. Aim, yes. Explosives.
Dynamite.
Okay. Mexican versus Chilean. Mines were blasted. Mine collapsed. The mines were collapsed to hide the train. Dynamite was used after the train was moved inside. The mines were collapsed with dynamite. Somebody wanted to close them intentionally. Yeah, that makes more sense. Nothing connects so far, which is odd. Somebody stole the race to temporarily cover the missing section of all railways to the flooded quarry. Somebody stole the race to temporarily cover the missing section of the railway into the mines. How do I know? Now, makes more sense, this one. If I choose the other one? Yeah. Yeah, this makes more sense with everything else. Okay, let's continue. Doncaster. Beach area. Okay, Doncaster and beach area. Let's go.
I'm always wondering.
Come on. There's the Mexican guy.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Wrinkled. Yeah. Smart clothes. Martial arts? How do you know that? Strong build. Oh, it's a fighter.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Okay, did we finish the investigation of that part? Nope. We're at Doncaster, right? Yes, we're at Doncaster. So, we're not done. Ah.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
There are two companies, the Chilean Barcasas and the Mexican Caracal. Both wanted to purchase the WEA coal mines. The Mexican Caracal consortium had established an initial deal and have prepared all the papers. However, the Chilean Barcasas group, aided by their influential connections, managed to snatch the concluding deal for the mines. Yeah, that's what we saw. They own the mines. Cool, cool, cool. There's gonna be another one there. There you go. Yep. Okay. Big one. First big one. The Mexican organized the Chileans stay on the train. This is why the controller removed all the passengers except of the Chileans. Why? Oh, so they can... But why? So they can kill the Chileans? I don't know. That's kind of fishy. How did I miss that?
This post bag belongs to the station master.
My darling, I ask you to trust me this time. I shall soon have more than enough money to repay the house mortgage. It's only a matter of days. You may continue living in the house without me. Since this is your wish, please know that I still care about you. I hope that you will forgive me one day, despite all of the harm I've caused in recent years. Edward, is that the railway master?
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
I wish to assure that shows an honor of the last installment I need to pay. Okay, so he's in debt, but he said to his wife... Is Edward? It's Edward, yeah. Okay, so he's in financial trouble, but then he says to his wife, no, don't worry, I have enough money. So obviously he struck a deal. Okay. Hello? Okay. Oh, but we finished. Okay. Now inspect the beach. Solve the mystery of the train. Okay, let's go for the beach.
Here
Bah,
we are
bienvenue.
at the beach that is located near the
On doit être à
quarry
peu près aux
and
2 tiers, je
Doncaster
pense.
Station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest. Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached.
Okay. Las Zarpas?
A label with the name Las Zarpas. These traces were made by carriage. Look. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet,
The
7
same.
inches.
It's the same, right?
The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Okay. Ugh, the drunk. Can't trust him.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads.
Do you have a Spanish
They
accent?
invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Yep.
All these trains and railway stations, Chileans, Mexicans, and Robinson with his prototype. Holmes, I'm utterly lost.
Alors, Las Zarpas label was found at the beach. Las Zarpas. Las Zarpas barges are leader in heavy goods transportation. Ah, that's what they do, okay. Belongs to the Mexican consortium Caracal, who covers shipping. Okay, so we know the Mexican were there. They were the one carrying the stuff to the river, basically. Okay.
Here it is.
So now, okay. Yes. Is that a conclusion already? Mexican drowned the Chileans. It was carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sank the train and flooded Cary to hide their crime. Okay, but that's... How? We must as quickly contact Lestrade, allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. Give Micros the chance to resolve the conflict even though it might be protracted and turned to his own advantage. I don't really like that one. So it's just like the valuable invention had nothing to do with this. Well, I mean, it could be that. Because let's say that the Mexicans made a deal with the guy and they knew that the Chileans also made the deal. So by making the deal, they knew the other ones were in. So they knew where they were. And they organized the things to basically kill the Chilean. But then why? I don't get it. Why the diversion? Why going through all the trouble of like creating like a ghost train that doesn't exist? My theory of the Robinson trying to basically get his money, his insurance money, because he couldn't sell his shit. I mean, no. Why would he get the insurance money when they all signed a contract saying that even if it works or not, they have to buy the shit? That's what the contract does, right? Okay. Is there a way to get to my conclusion? Yeah, I like that. How do I connect this? The train conductor overlooked them? A coincidence? I don't buy that. I mean, I really am not happy with those changing those clues, seriously. There's nothing supporting this though. So it's either the insurance money and all is like a side consequence of all this and it's about the Mexican and the Chilean, or the Mexican and the Chilean is a side thing and it's all about the insurance money. It's either one or the other. Can't be both apparently. Okay, so let's keep this. Let's try this. Okay, so if we go there, the train is in the mines, and if the train is in the mines, it's all about money. So that's the second conclusion. Mr. Robinson is financial swindler. With the aid of the minions, he sealed the train and his fake machine underneath the collapsed mines to make a fortune from multiple contracts and insurance claims. Thomas Robinson is a skillful man who would not hesitate to sacrifice lives for his own personal gain. Contact Lestrade and allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice before he plans a new swindle. And the second one, Robinson is a swindler, but he is a famous man of influence. Direct confrontation is inadvisable. It would be preferable to accept Mycroft's political means of resolving the situation, even at the expense of justice. No. You see, I like this better, and what makes me think of this as well is that the Mexican was waiting at the station. Why would the Mexican be waiting at the station if they were all the murderers, you know? Why would he be there? He wouldn't be hanging around if the work was done, like the children were dead and everything. Why would he hang there? That's the thing that doesn't sit well with me. So I'd rather do this one. Let's go.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently without any talk of politics.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
No, I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Nothing. I only want to stop our dear Mr. Robinson before he realizes we have cornered him. Let us go. Mr. Robinson, we must ask you to remain here until the police arrive.
The police? But why?
You are one of the suspects in our case of the vanished train, which, by the way, involves the death of all its passengers.
What? Is this a joke?
I can assure you that it is not.
This is outrageous. You don't know who you're dealing with. I am an influential man, and you shall regret this.
We know perfectly well who you are. We also know where the train is. The police shall be happy to find it. And as for your exclusive sales contracts...
Okay, so Mr. Robinson is a financial swindler. Okay, so that's the conclusion. Clues found 23. Conclusion, Robinson is a swindler. Moral choice, blind justice. Okay, accept decision. Let's go. No regrets. Wow. People solved the case the same way. 2% and the same moral choice. Again, like almost nobody did it the way I did. Wow. So they went with Mexican and Chilean. And for me, they're just the bystanders of all this. Well, or actually there could be an alliance between Robinson and the Mexican. That's the one that's more likely to me. But I don't know if I could have arrived to that conclusion if I moved some shit around. Maybe. Anyway, let's go. So on to case number 3.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel
I call on all of the inhabitants of Earth for help.
Oh,
Let me examine you.
Nick.
Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old
Salut
habits.
mon Nick, comment ça va? Merci pour le raid. Hey, je viens de finir. Je viens de finir d'avoir mes conclusions et arrêter le méchant et tout et tout. Enfin, tu sais jamais dans le jeu si c'est la bonne ou la mauvaise décision. Ouais, donc là, je commence juste l'intro du chapitre 3 et puis je vais arrêter le stream bientôt. Mais c'est pas grave. Merci pour le raid en tout cas, Nick. Et bienvenue à tous.
The pupil is dilated.
Attends, j'essaie de savoir ce qui va pas avec Holmes.
The pupil is dilated.
Yeah, mais quoi d'autre? On peut pas bouger? Hello? D'habitude, on peut bouger.
The temperature appears to be normal.
Ah, voilà.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. A weak pulse, around 50 beats
Salut,
per
my joke.
minute.
Et Uncle Bob aussi. Salut, salut.
Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
the antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote?
Yeah, he
You
poisoned
mean that you're
himself.
poisoned?
Now. Please.
That sounds like Holmes.
Drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and Datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
All right. So that's gonna be for tomorrow. It's gonna be case number 3.